In the beginning of our nations, all Americans were not created equal. Blacks were slaves to their master's commands, indentured servants were treated as less than humans, but perhaps the greatest injustice of all was the right and freedoms withheld from women. In the 1700s, women in the United States were not allowed to vote. They had no say in the things of society. They could not have jobs outside of the home. They were expected to be homemakers, take care of the children and their schooling, and make sure that the house was appropriately cared for before their husbands returned home. In 1776, Abigail Adams writes to her husband John asking that he and the other men who were working on the Declaration of Independence to remember the ladies. John responds with humor. The Declaration's wording specifies that all men are created equal. In the 1800s, things began to change for women. In 1872, Susan B. Anthony was arrested for trying to vote. The American Equal Rights Association, which had originally fought for both blacks' and women's rights to suffrage, voted to support the 15th Amendment to the Constitution, granting suffrage to black men, but not women. Susan B. Anthony questioned why women should support this amendment when black men were not continuing to show support for women's voting rights. Partially as a result of the decision by the American Equal Rights Association, Anthony soon thereafter devoted herself almost exclusively to the agitation for women's rights. More than 6 million female workers helped to build planes, bombs, tanks, and other weapons that would eventually win World War II. Women were capable of helping with these great things, but the right to vote was still withheld from them. Several women were placed in jail for protesting women's rights in front of the White House, even though the Constitution states, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble, and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. In 1848, 300 women and men signed a Declaration of Sentiments. This was a plea to end gender discrimination in all spheres of society. Before, women's roles in American society were only inside the family home. In August 1920, the 19th Amendment was ratified in Congress, guaranteeing all American women the right to vote. This is a right that American women are grateful for to this day.